Hey guys, today I'm going to be making this video for you. Obviously you can tell by the title. So this video I felt like was really basic for my channel, so I might as well do it because my channel is going to revolve mostly around my horses. I am working with horses and around other horses all the time, but this channel is pretty much just going to focus on my horses, so I figured I should tell you guys a little bit about them. I'm also sorry, I have a little bit of a cold right now, which is why I sound kind of stuffed up. Also, my bun is really high on my head today, so it might tilt or like fall to one side throughout the video. I'm sorry if that bothers you. So currently I have 3 horses right now. I also had a horse like last summer, and I'll talk about her a little as well. But right now I have Soccer, Sugar, and Bebe, and I have had Bebe around a year. She hasn't always been on my channel, but currently I do own her. Some of you guys asked like which horses I've owned, but Soccer, Sugar, and Bebe are the horses that I own when I'm making this video. So Soccer and Sugar I have had for about 9 or 10 years now, somewhere around there. I got Soccer and Sugar both at the same time from the same place, the same person, I guess. And I've had them ever since. They were my first horses that I ever had, and they've just been awesome. I've trained both of them completely from the ground up. Well, I guess Soccer not completely, but pretty much most of his training has come from me. But yeah, I've trained them pretty much everything they know that I've taught them. So a little bit about Soccer. Soccer is 15 this year. He was foaled in 2001, so he is a year younger than me. And right now he is 15, 2 or 3 hands, I'm not exactly sure, but somewhere around there. He is my sorrel gelding that you see in my videos. Hi guys, I'm sorry if it looks orange, but I'm editing this video right now and I forgot to say that Soccer is a registered APHA gelding, so he's technically a registered paint. I personally don't consider paints their own breed, so I always just call him a quarter horse. But technically that is what he is. He's a registered paint, but none of the other horses that I talk about in this video are registered or have ever been registered that I know of. When we got Soccer, it actually was kind of a shitty story. My dad bought them for me, Soccer and Sugar for me, for Christmas or my birthday. I can't remember exactly which one. My birthday is in January, so it was like somewhere around there, Christmas or my birthday. But my dad bought me 2 horses because I was always obsessed with horses when I was a child, just like most people go through that horsey phase, or most girls do. But yeah, I was obsessed with horses, so he bought me 2 horses, and Soccer and Sugar were a state over. And this guy that was selling them, he was an older guy. He basically told my dad that, because we were originally just looking at Soccer, but he told my dad that Soccer was dead broke. He was an amazing trail horse. He was great for kids and all this stuff. And he was like an amazing horse. Well, we brought Soccer home. Well, that same guy actually suckered us into taking Sugar as well for like 300 bucks or something. We weren't planning on taking her, but he kind of suckered my dad into it. So, but when we brought Soccer home, my dad had a friend, and she knew all kinds of stuff about horses, and her family has had horses for years. And so he asked her, you know, you want to come out and look at the horse I just got, see what he can do, whatever. Because my dad didn't know anything about horses. He still hardly knows anything about horses. Well, she came out, and Soccer didn't know crap. Like, she saddled him. He was fine. She got on him. He did not know anything. Like, he didn't know how to steer, back, stop, anything. He was rearing up, and it was a mess. And she basically told my dad, like, you got ripped off on this horse. And yeah, that's kind of where it started, and we didn't sell him. I mean, Soccer I paid, well, my dad paid $800 for, and then Sugar was the additional like $300 or something. But that is kind of what happened when we brought him home. Yeah, my dad was super mad because that guy, like, what if I were to have gotten on soccer and that guy told him that he was so kid safe and everything, and I could have gotten seriously hurt. So don't be like that, guys. That's just not cool at all. But yeah, my dad was really mad. And I could sit on soccer and my dad could lead me around and stuff on him, but I remember one time when my dad was leading me around on him and I kicked because soccer like wouldn't move or something, and he bolted straight forward and I fell right off the back of him, and I was so scared. Like, it was just little things like that, like that he didn't even know, like just a kick. But yeah, that's basically all he knew. So all the training that he's had from there has been from me. Yeah. Sugar, when we brought her home, they had already told us that she didn't know anything and she wasn't trained at all, which she wasn't. And she was actually a very difficult horse. I remember one time when I was in the pen with them and I was just like brushing off soccer, and Sugar, she had like no training at all at this point, and I was like 7 years old, so I was this little kid. She looks at me and I was like getting all kind of scared because this mare was just like staring me down, and she comes running full speed towards me, puts her whole mouth around my arm and just like drags me. And it was terrible, and I was so scared to get in the pen after that with them. But yeah, I was so scared to get back in there with them, and I was like crying to my dad and everything. My friend was actually there with me. We were both brushing Sugar, and I was so happy that Sugar went after me and not after my friend, because my friend, we'll just call her like Anna. Anna's dad was like super scared of horses because he got kicked in the head once, and he didn't even like it that she was over with me with the horses and stuff. So if Sugar would have like dragged her, she probably would have never been able to come over again. But yeah, that was a pretty scary experience. And Sugar was so mean. She would bite and kick, and she would just have absolutely no manners. I always had to have my dad go put the halters on them because like she would just walk away or run away, and she would like lift her head way up, and Sugar is not very tall. She's like 14 hands, but I couldn't reach her. Yeah, I didn't even want to like pet her or anything unless she was tied up. But yeah, that's the beginning. You know, slowly as I started learning about horses, I started training Sugar and everything, and she's honestly turned out to be an amazing horse. Like, I would never sell her. I would not trade her for the world. She's an amazing little mare, and you know, she still has the attitude, but she's just a great horse. Training her, I remember, never in your life, unless you've met Sugar, never in your life will you meet another horse that was as terrified at fly spray as she was. She was so horrified of fly spray. Like, just even a little squirt or squirting it in the air, not even on her, she would flip out. Like, it took so long for her to get used to fly spray. She would rear and bend posts over, and it was crazy how scared she was of fly spray for whatever reason. Even to this day, I don't know, I'll have to get it on camera sometime, but she like tenses up a little bit and like gives you this bug eye when you come at her with fly spray. She'll stand, but you can tell she like is not comfortable when you do it. But yeah, she was horrified of that. And plastic bags, she was crazy. She's a crazy little horse, honestly, but she's honestly turned out so awesome, and I would never sell her. As for soccer, so far he's been great. The one thing that he has never gotten over, as many times as we do it, sorry, that's my dog, he is always scared when you hit branches. Like, if I were to hit a branch while riding him, he always spooks, always. Like, it's been done like 200 times, and he always spooks at it. So whenever I tell people when they get on him, I'm just like, just steer around the branches, because it don't matter how small the branch is, he'll probably spook at it. Just beware. But otherwise, he really doesn't spook at much other than that. My dad rides him. My boyfriend rides him a lot. So yeah, he's turned out great. I use Hackamores fully on soccer and Sugar. All my horses, I don't use bits with them. But I did I used bits a little bit on Soccer and Sugar just so they knew how to use them and if there was ever an emergency where I had to use one or something like that, but otherwise, no, I really don't. Alright, so if you go back like over a year ago maybe, to last summer, 2015, I owned a horse, I owned a paint. We think she was like a saddlebred mix or a standardbred mix. And I got her name was Luna, I don't even know where she came from, honestly. Well, I know where she came from, but it was said that she was abused by the Amish, and I mean, I don't really know too much about the Amish, but I have heard that they can have some pretty abusive training. And this one lady had her, and she was like, she found her at the I'm sorry, I cannot talk today. She found Luna at an auction, and Luna was like super underweight or something, and this lady just bought her because she felt bad. Chad! This lady bought her because she felt bad for Luna because she was so skinny, and she had Luna for like a year, just putting weight on her. And then I bought Luna for like $300 because they were just wanting to get rid of her from that lady. And even when Luna came to me, she was still pretty thin. She was a higher metabolism horse, so she was a narrow, skinny breed of horse, but her hip bones were sticking out and everything. But yeah, I just had her, let's see, I had her April through September, end of September. So I had her for the summer, and she was just like a project horse for me. And I broke her out for the most part. She had some back issues because at a fault of mine, I did not have a saddle that fit her properly at that time. So she had some back issues that she had to get over, and I mean, really that's it. She was a very flighty horse, kind of high strung. They said that she was about 12 when I got her, but the woman that I sold her to had the vet look at her, and he said that she was like 7. So I don't know if like the people that I bought her from just told me that or just like guessed to give her an age and get her sold, but yeah, I guess we really don't know how old she is, but that's what the vet estimated her at about her teeth, was she was around 7. So that's Luna. Alright, and right now I have Bebe as well, and she is the bay mare. Oh, I should have said that Sugar is the small paint that I have right now. But Bebe is the bay mare, and she is like around 14'2", I want to say. She's like pretty medium height. Yeah, and I've actually known Bebe since like she was a baby. I've known her for a long time. The friend that my dad had come ride Soccer actually owned Bebe, and she bought her at an auction as well, and as a little baby, and she pretty much broke her out and everything. And then the only reason I ended up with Bebe was because my friend gave Bebe to her niece. We'll call her Maria. So Maria gave Bebe to her niece. Her niece was, you know, early 20s, and she was like learning to ride and everything, kind of a new hobby, and she was never 100% comfortable and trusted Bebe. And Bebe is a very testy mare. She'll test you and she'll push you a lot. So she needs someone who's very experienced. And what should we call her? We'll call her Linda. Linda was the niece. And Linda was very timid. She would always give in to Bebe. Bebe would push her and she'd get scared and get off. I actually remember me, Maria, and Linda going trail riding a lot, and I would bring Soccer, and Bebe would push Linda and make her scared, and then Linda would not make me, but she would be like, Michaela, get off and switch me horses. Like, I would always end up riding Bebe, and Linda would end up riding Soccer because Soccer's, you know, so chill. And she was always just scared of Bebe, and Bebe got all these habits, and she knew she could push Linda and basically get her off. But basically what happened was Linda got pregnant, and that was kind of the end of the horses for her. So they tried selling Bebe, and Bebe wouldn't sell, and they Maria told me, because Linda gave her back to Maria, so Maria told me, like, hey, if you want Bebe, then she's yours. Like, I know you can ride her, you guys work well together, and you've always known Bebe. So basically by Labor Day, if Bebe wasn't sold already, then she was gonna go to auction, and I really didn't want that to happen. I know Bebe, and I've worked with her many times, so I was like, you know, if you're really gonna just send her to auction, then just give her to me. I'll try and resell her, or I'll just keep her and ride her. I don't want to see her go to auction, because you never know what can happen there. And yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Bebe is just kind of chilling at my place. So I've had her a year this month. So yeah, that's kind of where Bebe is. I've been working with her on barrels and stuff. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna sell her or not. I'm really trying to save for a trailer right now, and like I've said before in my videos, my dad doesn't really want 3 horses, so she's at my dad's right now, but I'm paying them to just keep her there because I had her at a friend's house, which I've said before in my videos, but my friend lives like 35 minutes away, so it's really hard on gas and everything. So she's just there right now, but I'll probably have to take her back to my friend's this winter. But yeah, I don't know if I'll end up selling her or not, or if I'll just keep her and sell her later down the road. But yeah. Alright guys, so that is all about my horses. Those are the only horses that I have owned thus far in my horse career. I'm always working and training with other horses, so if you see other horses in my videos, they're probably not mine. Otherwise, I most likely would have told you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love talking about my horses. I could do it all day. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If I do forget anything, maybe I'll just make an updated one of these videos in like a year or something. But yeah, so that's all for this video, and I will see you guys next time. Make sure to comment and subscribe and give this a big thumbs up. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.